eat him. Bless you. They said zoom in. Hold on. No. I think that's zoomed in better. And let me know, you guys, if this is closer than the last angle. But what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3Stacks in this thing, baby, representing Team Kings of Games. And to continue with the Megalith content, I decided to do a Build-A-Board workshop on this deck to show you guys how many pluses you can generate in one turn. In my personal biased opinion, I believe the Ritual Mechanic is able to generate more plus ones, twos, and threes than any other summoning mechanic. The only other mechanic that could come close is Pendulums, and definitely Fusion Summoning is really nice and should also can plus a tad bit, but this is on a completely different level. These are not just plus ones like a Pot of Desires or, Patchwork. These are like one card generating 4 to 5 cards and netting just like a full field in a hand so big you gotta discard at the end phase if you don't do something with it. That kind of shenanigans. So the Build-A-Board workshop, we're gonna start it off. This hand is very, very optimal. Every one of these cards are extremely searchable and 3-0s at that. So it's pretty often that you can either run into these through RNG or you can just hard draw them or search them too. But I'm gonna show you guys pretty much the most pluses you can get as of right now with the cards that I have available. Now you guys might have better cards than me, you might have better options and all that. You might be able to make better choices and stuff because you have more expensive cards than I do. But from what I have, I'm going to show you guys the cool combo that I've got going. So we've got Zaborg, Block Dragon, Hagith, Chalice Slime, and Inception. You're going to plus crazy off of this. This is a Build-A-Board workshop. So it's just Build-A-Board workshop's purposes is to show you the maximum potential and ceiling of the decks that I'm showcasing. So you take the optimal hands, not the brick hands, the optimal hands, and show the results that vary. So reveal Chalice Slime, discard Inception, and you'll go ahead and special out Talismandra. Use Talismandra's effect, and keep in mind that Hagith, the Megalith Hagith and Oath on Oak, you can only use this effect once per turn, meaning the effect to ritual summon, but their effects when they are ritual summoning are not once per turn. So you can actually summon Hagith twice and search the field spell and the trap that you need for the combo, and that's what you're going to do. So what you're going to use the Talismandra on is you're going to search another copy of Hagith. You're going to activate Inception from grave, send off the Talismandra, special an imp from deck, and then add it from grave to hand. And the imp you're going to special from deck is going to be Incantation Candle. On a separate chain, Candle's going to trigger. You're going to add the Inception back from grave off its own effect. Separate chain Candle, and Candle's going to add Advanced Ritual Art. Hi, Ari. So you got Advanced Ritual Art. Candle's still up on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've already got somewhat of pluses, but we're nowhere near done, like, at all. So we're going to go ahead and activate ARA. We're going to send Tourmaline. We're going to summon Hagith and trigger Hagith's effect, and we're going to search for Megalith Portal. Okay? The next thing that we're going to do is tribute summon for Zaborg. We're going to tribute the Candle and the Hagith. And you're going to summon Zaborg. You tributed a light, so you do get to pit the targets. You're going to use Zaborg's effect targeting and self-destroy him. And I'm going to grab the specific targets you're going to want to send. They're somewhere in these piles of cards somewhere. I kind of got my cards just scattered everywhere. Hey! Don't be making too much noise. Okay, so these are what you're going to want to send. These 8. You're going to want to send Cypher Little Mega, 3 Heralds of the Arclight, so that's 4. You're going to want to send 4 Earth targets. Baguska, Saryuja Skuldred, Ningirsu, and Binary. Okay, look, like I understand, but like I really have something. I'm doing something. Send these 4. So these are 8 right here. And then you have separate chains of the 3 Arclights. You can obviously use Omega later. But these, not only can you actually summon Binary and Ningirsu, and they're really good in this deck, and Skuldred and Baguska, but also they're Earths that you can dump off the board to fuel your Block Dragon so that you don't have to get to Block Dragon's effect in a convoluted way. So Zaborg and Block Dragon actually pair well with each other, and this is a kind of big brain play that I thought of myself, just figuring out and testing, how the heck do I keep not getting food for block when I resolve, heavy combos with Zaborg? And I'm like, okay, I'm just not sending enough Earths. So you don't have to always use ARA in the Megalith cards to fuel your blocks. Your blocks are already fueled. So now you got all 3 of these on separate chains. The cards you search vary, since you already have the Hagith. You're going to want to search, instead of directly searching the Necros of Unicorn, you're going to want to search for the Brionic so you can put more ritual monsters in your grave so that Bather can pop more. So you're going to add Brionic. You're going to add another copy of Advanced Ritual Art. As soon as I find it, it's somewhere. There we go. ARA. And then next you're going to add a copy of Bather. So that you have the choice to summon Bather or Unicorn on your opponent's turn. Or you could just summon Unicorn first and then do Bather on your opponent's turn. It's just totally up to you. Like, this combo can do so much. I can make a silly board just to show you guys. And also you guys can just be like, oh, where there's a more optimal way, I already know that. Like, I'm just literally showing you guys how hard you can plus. Not the best way to use it. So we've got all that. And then what we're going to do next, after we've resolved the board, and we got 3. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. We're already on a +3. Summon Block Dragon by banishing Binary, Ningirsu, and Skuldread. And what we're going to do next is activate Megalith Portal. And we're going to activate ARA. We're summoning another copy of Hagith by sending. We're going to send another Gymnite, Sapphire, to summon Hagith. You can chain block with Hagith and Portal. What you're going to do is just add the Hagith back. It's not once per turn, so when you get the new Megalith spell, you can search that out in the same combo sequence. And then resolving a Hagith to get Emergence. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to link Hagith and Block Dragon into a copy of Cross Sheep. And then you're going to resolve Block Dragon. You're going to grab Osh and also Hagith. You already grabbed Bather, so you don't have to like just go 1 for 1 with block, so you can plus a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. You still have a free link too, and then you got the portal up, so you're on a +5 right now, and your grade's totally loaded to actually resolve Block Dragon again. You can use Omega whenever you want to put something back that's necessary, but that's not part of the combo sequence, so we're not gonna do that. So Cross Sheep triggers whenever a ritual monster is special summoned to its zone, so you can actually use Emergence to summon on your opponent's turn to Cross Sheep zone to draw 2, discard 2, and just keep deck thinning and just kind of just looping and just getting so much advantage. Like, this deck can like get out of control very fast. Most ritual decks do these days. They're very consistent. Next we're going to activate Brionic to grab our copy of Necros and Unicorn. So we have the option, if we see we're playing a back row deck, Bather for 5 to pop 5 is going to be good. If we see we're playing combo deck like Shaddolls or Spirals, then we're going to go ahead and drop the Unicorn on their turn in the middle of their combo. Trigger Cross Sheep, draw 2, and then you have Emergence to trigger Portal. It's just going to be insane. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards still in hand. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is activate Inception. You're going to sack up the Chalice Line, and what you're going to do is summon the Osh. And from here, you're going to actually draw 3 cards and discard 3 cards. So it's going to be pretty crazy. Like, what you draw is going to dictate what you keep in your hand. But already you've progressed your game state to the point where you've resolved Block Dragon, plussed off that Zabor. You've flushed so hard, and then in the middle of your combo sequence, you still draw 3 more cards. That's pretty insane. Like, you're getting everything. There's no reason why you won't see every combo piece in your deck at this point. But the 3s are blank, so I'm just going to pretend to draw 3 and discard 3, and just, keep the same cards in hand. Just for, kind of just the display that it's there, you can actually do that. So that's there. You triggered Cross Sheep. You've already triggered Portal this turn. You can set your Emergence, and then you have options too, which is really cool. You can, if you want to, you could have not used the Portal yet. You could have not used the Portal to add the Hagith, so that way you could have done this in the same turn right now. Instead of, Hagith, use the Portal to add Hagith, I could have just left it there, and what I could do right now is I could use Bather, right? Send him off, and then I could summon the Hagith and use the Portal to add the Bather back, and then, whenever I want to, I can summon the Bather in their turn. So that's just showing you the different ways you can do it. Like, there's really no, right or wrong way necessarily. So what you're able to do is you're either going to summon Unicorn, depending on the situation, or Bather on your opponent's turn. And in the process, you're going to be triggering Cross Sheep and Portal. So you're going to add from grave, you're going to draw 2, discard. It's just going to get out of control. So it's really, really good, and it's like... And on top of that, before you end your turn, of course, you're going to summon Block Dragon again. So you can protect your field. So you're going to banish, Sapphire, Tourmaline, and you'll banish Baguska that was sent off the board. And you're going to go ahead and bring back out Block Dragon. And then you'll end, and you can just use the Emergence to just continue to gain advantage, just generate more advantage. The Hagith that was properly summoned can be summoned to Cross Sheep Zone, and then you can use Portal to add back Brionic because it adds any ritual monster, or you just add Chalice Line, which is insane because Inception's engraved. At the Chalice Line, whenever you want, you could use the Osh, and what you can do is you could tribute the Osh and then the Hagith, and go straight for Bather. Or if you just felt Bather wasn't worth it, you could just use Osh on itself and then summon the Necros of Unicorn, lock them out. And the cool thing too is when you ritual someone with Block Dragon, he does go from the field to the grave because you ritual summon, so you can actually use him as tribute fodder that replaces itself, kind of like Ben 10 or that Legion card. So yeah, it's just like really, really cool. It's very fun. This deck just is very like entertaining and awesome to play. So let's see. I'm gonna check the timing real quick. Because dang, I thought that Build-A-Board workshop was gonna be longer, but I guess after practicing it so much, it didn't take that long. Because I figured there would be more trial and error in the process. Let me check. Oh, that's dope. We're only like 10 minutes in. So the next thing I can do is just do a quick little test hand to show you guys the consistency level of this deck with all the unorthodox quote-unquote bad cards in it. So let's go ahead and get a good shuffle. We drew Emergence, we drew ARA, we drew Aratron, we drew Challenge Slime, and we drew Brionic. Let's do this. We need Emergence because I only played one. ARA can be pitched off Challenge Slime, and you can still add it from grave to back off Bookstone. So I'd say let's do this. Let's go reveal Challenge Slime, and then let's go ahead and actually what's the safest to discard? You can use Challenge Slime on itself, obviously, but I actually want to get to the Inception at some point, and then you kind of just need it. So the hand is just like, you really have to think with this deck too, because this hand can go off in multiple different ways, but what's the best way and the most resource and cost efficient way to do it is the question. So we're definitely going to bring up for Unicorn, because Unicorn is just a really good meta call. Even going second, if your first summons Unicorn, you can just negate the window, you know, and no matter how many windows, unless it comes out from the grave, you know, off the trap, which just make sure you don't kill the window so that they can't use Incarnation to get out the Unicorn lock. You just negate the window and keep playing. And it's very easy to make Unicorn your first summon because you could just literally search it out right now. Like, this could be my first summon is Unicorn. Just to, you know, negate the window and keep playing. So, anyways, we search the Unicorn. I would say Chalice Slime, and let's discard the Aratron. And let's go ahead and special out Talismandra. And use Talismandra's effect to search out Hagith. So at that point, then yeah, we could just pitch because I'm not going to go for Inception now that I think of it. Not this time. So we'll keep the Aratron. Just in case, so that you can still have a way to play on their turn. Because it has a quick effect during the main phase where you can ritual summon. So that way you can summon like Bather, for example, on their turn, which is really nice. So the next thing we're going to do is just go ARA, dump Tourmaline to summon Hagith, use Hagith to search out the field spell portal.
4 minus 3. No. 4. Take away 3.
And whatever you pitch, you normally can get it back anyways, like I was saying. So you can just activate the portal.
4.
You can use Hagith to ritual summon, tributing itself to summon Unicorn.
4.
And then you could just set the Emergence, and you could use the Emergence to resummon the Hagith so that you can prompt the field spell, get back your Chalice Slime for your grind game.
Fingers away.
It's pretty nice. And if one of these was like, for example, the Megalith Bather, you could have just added that back and then Aratron to tribute off these and just go straight for Bather and blow up 4 cards. I'm sorry, 3 cards. No, it would be 4 because you discard this to do it. So yeah, it's really cool. But that was a nice test hand. It was really decent. You got to your optimal play, which is getting... This deck's really its go-to when you don't know what you're playing is to have the options of either Unicorn or Bather. Because the way I saw it was Unicorn for combo, Bather for control, and back row decks. Because just blowing up and nuking fields sometimes is a lot more advantageous than trying to generate negations. Just popping their 4 like when they go set, attempting to end main phase, and you're like, before you end main phase, effect, and then just blow it up, you know? You can do that. So I'll do one more test hand, and then that's going to be the end of the Build-A-Board workshop for Megaliths. I don't even know if you could call it this, but... So we drew Chalice Slime, Prep, Brionic, Phaleg, and Pencil Plume. That's a really good hand, actually. This hand's a lot better than the last one. So we're going to go Prep. We already drew Brionic, so it's cool that we don't have to prep for Brio and Brio for Unicorn. I always just go Brio for Unicorn just to get more rituals in grave, because you're always trying to get the maximum out of Bather. So I would say prep for Hagith, because you just kind of need to get your engine started with the portal and the Emergence. So Prepper Hagith, and then I go ahead and do we need Pencil Plume's effect? Not really. It's too early in the game to worry about that. And actually, Megalith Portal is just like Pencil Plume, and that's a ritual monster from grave to hand. Literally the same thing. You just got a special Megalith, which isn't hard. So you can reveal the same Hagith you search. You don't give out any more information of the composition of your hand, and do the Pencil Plume. Use Pencil Plume's effect, and you can go ahead and get. You can get your Talismandra depending on whether or not you need it. Or what I would do, because Inception really does help your grind game. So getting access to Inception as quickly as possible is kind of your go-to. Candle to search out the Inception. And then you can go Brio for Unicorn. And then you can go ahead and activate your first Inception. You can tribute off the Candle to summon the Hagith and use its effect to search out Megalith Portal. Setting up for your plays, of course. And then you can go ahead and use the Hagith to ritual summon during your main phase and drop your Unicorn. Activate your portal. Use Inception's effect from grave, sending off the Pencil Plume. And then you're going to summon out a Talismandra, and then get Inception back from grave. Then Talismandra's effect can search out Bather. Oh wait, do we need Bather? No, we can't go for Bather on their turn because we don't actually have a way to summon it on their turn. So I would say actually keep setting yourself up, go for another Hagith or Hagith, however you want to pronounce it. And then you're going to Inception for that. Tributing off the Talismandra. Use the Inception to summon out the Hagith, trigger Hagith, and Portal because Hagith's ritual summon effect, like I said, is not once per turn. You read the card together. Ritual summon this card with the Megalith cards. This ritual summoning, if this card's ritual summon, add a Megalith spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Boom. Period. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. Ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand, choose monster from your hand or field, including this card in your field. So total levels equal or exceed, blah, blah, blah. You can only use this. Not each. This effect. The last effect is once per turn, not the first. So we're going Hagith. What we're going to do, since Brio's not that important, we're just going to get another Hagith back. In fact, let's not get a Hagith back. Let's go ahead and add that Brio. Because we can actually summon that Hagith. Because since it was properly summoned, we can get more advantage off emergence. So we can emerge as for Hagith and thus continue just looping our advantage. And so you've already got a Unicorn lock. And the cool thing with Portal is it does protect your Unicorn from being attacked over by battle. So if Brionic wasn't once per turn, we could just pitch it for Trishula to protect them from the Imperm. But this is still a really good setup because you have your emergence, you have your portal, you have the Unicorn. So whatever you don't have, you're going to get to it anyways because you could just use this anytime you want. So, if like these all died off, you could just in phase, emergence for Hagith, and then use that effect, and then, get back whatever you need. For example, another Hagith, or just the Unicorn. And then you have Chalice Slime, and you also have Inception and Grave, and you've got a Phaleg, and you've got a Brio. You've got OTK potential in your hand, and you're going to draw Zaborg, so you're definitely going to kill them that turn. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this Build a Board workshop. I debated really hard, and I think ultimately there's the Earth targets in my extra deck are definitely going to stay. After testing so much, it's just way too good. Like seriously, I'm just playing those Earth targets just makes it to where you can draw no Earths, but as long as you can resolve the board, because remember the incantations are just lights and darks, they're not Earths, neither is Chalice Slime. So as long as you can resolve the board, you will get 3 Earths, at least 3 Earths, but you'll normally get 4. And you'll also get 3 searches, so you'll fulfill 2 roles. You'll get 3 searches for the ritual mechanic, and then Block Dragon can only search. So whatever Zaborg couldn't search, Block Dragon can only get it, so you can get O and also Hagith off Block Dragon. And then you can get your Bather, your Unicorn, and your Advanced Ritual Art off of the Zaborg. So just off these 2 cards, you normally get 5, you plus 5. And you really don't need to pair these with too many. It's not too difficult to set these up. Like, just basically, you can open like this. Trishula, Talismandra. You have Talismandra and Trishula, now you can resolve Zaborg, and guess what else? Now you can resolve Block Dragon, so your whole hand's live. So it's really easy to get Zaborg and Block Dragon live. That's why I maximize on them in this list, and they allow you to just plus super duper hard. It's ridiculously insane. You guys saw those pluses. That was crazy. It basically opened up a can of, so that you can do whatever you want with the deck, and I love that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content, and you will be hearing from me soon. Peace out, yo.